Have you ever stopped and asked yourself how much power you're giving away without even noticing? How many times you stayed, texted again, explained yourself, waited, hoped, all for someone who wasn't choosing you the same way? Today, we're not talking about manipulation. We're not talking about games. And we're definitely not talking about chasing. We're talking about what happens when a man finally walks away, when he stops trying, when he disappears, not in anger, not in ego, but in self-respect. And more importantly, what that silence does to her mind. Before we go any further, subscribe. This channel is for men who think deeply, men who want truth, not fantasy. If you're here, it's not by accident. Let's get into it. 1. The real meaning of disappearing. Most men don't actually disappear. They hover, they linger, they stay emotionally available just in case. They still watch her stories, still like her posts, still reply instantly when she reaches out. That's not disappearing. That's waiting in the shadows. Real disappearance is different. It's quiet. It's clean. It's complete. No speeches, no bitterness, no, I hope you regret this. You simply remove your presence. And that's when things start to change. 2. Confusion. The first thing she feels isn't sadness. It's confusion. Because you were consistent, predictable, always there. Now you're not. She checks her phone. No message. She scrolls through past conversations. Nothing new. She notices you didn't watch her story, didn't react, didn't check in. And that doesn't make sense to her, because in her mind, you were the one who cared more. So her brain starts asking questions. What happened? Did I say something wrong? Is he okay? Is he seeing someone else? The human mind hates unanswered questions, and your absence becomes a question she can't answer. 3. Curiosity. After confusion comes curiosity. Not love, not regret. Curiosity. She wants to know what changed, so she might send a message, something casual, something random, an excuse. And this is where most men fail. They respond instantly, emotionally, over-explain, and the mystery dies. But if you don't rush, if you stay grounded, if you don't return to the old version of yourself, her curiosity deepens. She starts imagining your life without her, and that image bothers her because she assumed you'd stay stuck. 4. Loss of control. Here's something most people won't admit. Many women like knowing they have access to certain men, not because they want them, but because it feels safe. When you disappear, that safety disappears too. She can't pull you back with a text. She can't test your interest. She can't keep you on standby, and that creates anxiety. Because the moment something is no longer available, it becomes valuable. Scarcity changes perception. Your absence turns you into something rare. 5. Regret over time. Regret doesn't come immediately. At first, she tells herself she doesn't care, that you were too available, too invested, but time exposes the truth. She remembers the way you showed up, the consistency, the effort, and she starts questioning her assumptions. Maybe I took that for granted. Maybe I assumed he'd always be there. And that realization hits hard, because regret isn't missing someone. It's realizing you had something real and didn't value it until it was gone. 6. This is not about revenge. Let's be clear. Walking away is not about punishing her. That's weak. If your goal is to hurt her, you're still controlled by her. Real disappearance is about self-respect. It's about refusing to stay where you're an option, not a priority, because staying in that position slowly destroys you. It erodes your confidence, your identity, your peace, and no woman truly respects a man who sacrifices himself for crumbs. 7. Respect. This is the shift that actually matters. When you walk away with dignity, something changes. She sees boundaries, strength, self-control, not arrogance, not coldness, grounded confidence. And respect is the foundation of real attraction, not attention, not validation, respect. You didn't ask for value. You decided your value. 8. The uncomfortable truth. Sometimes she won't care. She'll move on. She won't look back. And that's okay, because this was never about controlling the outcome. It was about choosing yourself. You didn't lose. You protected your dignity. That's a win no relationship can replace. 9. If she comes back, if she reaches out, this is the test. Do you return as the same man, or do you stay grounded? You don't ignore her, but you don't abandon your standards. Because if you collapse back into your old role, nothing changes. Respect disappears again. Not because she's cruel, but because you taught her your boundaries were temporary. 10. Why walking away works. Most connections fail because of imbalance. One person invests, the other coasts. Walking away doesn't end something real. It exposes what was already broken, and that clarity is powerful. 11. The real purpose. Disappearing is not about her. It's about you reclaiming your energy, your time, your direction. Every minute spent chasing someone who doesn't choose you is a minute stolen from your growth. Walking away is self-preservation, and when you live from self-respect, everything changes. So don't disappear to make her jealous. Don't disappear as a tactic. Disappear because you respect yourself. Disappear because staying is costing you your peace. And stay gone long enough enough to remember who you are. If she comes back, only accept her if she meets the new standard. And if she doesn't, you're free. Free to build a life where you're chosen, not tolerated. That's the real win. If this resonated with you, subscribe. This channel is for men who choose clarity, strength, and self-respect. You belong here.